My dear child, I saw what you did and I have something to tell you that will make your heart pause. A wealthy man has noticed it too. Yes, I placed eyes on you that you couldn't see, and they were watching with intention. This man has resources you've never imagined, but it's not his wealth that matters to me, it's his heart. And his heart has been moved deeply by something you didn't even do to impress. You did it because your heart was clean, your intentions pure, because you trusted me. That one quiet act, that moment when you chose character over complaint, when you stayed kind instead of being cruel, it was seen. And now, something is about to be set in motion that no one can stop, not even you. You weren't trying to be noticed, and that's what makes this moment even more powerful. You weren't chasing gain, you weren't pretending, you weren't seeking validation, you were simply being the version of you I designed in love. And that's what made heaven stop. That's what made this man take notice. He saw peace in you. He felt something stir in his spirit. He didn't understand it at first, but I was already whispering, "Help this one." And he listened, slowly, quietly, faithfully. The wheels have already started moving. While you were crying, confused, thinking nothing was working, I was preparing relocation. Yes, child, relocation. You're going to be moved. And not just physically. Your name, your level, your status, your entire story is about to shift. You didn't know someone was asking about you, but they were. This man, he's not loud. He's not the kind who shows off. But he's been gifted. And now, I've positioned him to bless you. He was told, find someone who carries grace, not greed. Someone who listens before they speak. Someone who serves without applause. And he found you. I guided him straight to you, even though you've been walking through discouragement, questioning your own steps. I want you to know now, every delayed season had purpose. I wasn't ignoring you. I was preparing someone with what you needed, and I was preparing you to be ready for what he would bring. If I had sent it too soon, it would have scared you. You think you're stuck, but you're not stuck, you're in divine waiting. Heaven's silence is not heaven's absence. I am still God. Still speaking. Still working. And in your stillness, you activated something. The moment you chose to believe when nothing made sense was the moment this man received his instruction. He didn't know your name yet, but he felt your spirit. He felt your warmth. He saw your dignity in a world that trades it for attention. That's when the order was released, make room for this one. And now, child, I'm telling you before it happens so when the door opens, you won't be scared. You'll remember this message. You'll remember that I said you're about to be relocated. And when I say relocated, I don't just mean moving houses, I mean everything is about to change. Your environment, your circle, the air you breathe, the peace you feel, the opportunities, the favor, the protection. I'm not just moving you, I'm surrounding you. Because of what you did. Yes, that one thing you thought no one noticed, I did. And because of that, you earn trust. Not the trust people give when you're perfect, but the trust heaven gives when you're faithful. That's why the man is coming. Not because you begged. Not because you impressed. But because I saw and I said, now is the time. You don't owe anyone an explanation. When I relocate you, some will be confused. Some will be jealous. But you will have peace. They won't understand how suddenly everything changed. But I will. Because I'm the author. I've been rewriting your chapter in secret. You're going to step into a life you prayed for and forgot about. You thought I didn't hear that quiet prayer, God, give me just one chance to feel safe. To feel settled. To feel like I belong. But I heard you. I saw the tears no one else saw. I counted them like treasure. I waited for the right moment. This is that moment. The wealthy man isn't just a giver, he's a key, a door, a tool I'm using to move you out of delay and into destiny. But don't let his wealth distract you. That's not the miracle. The real miracle is how I'm honoring you publicly because you honored me privately. Even when you didn't feel me near, you still chose kindness. Even when you were exhausted, you still prayed. Even when you were rejected, you still loved. That's the reason. You could have turned cold. You could have given up. You could have copied others and forced your way. But you didn't. You stayed soft. You stayed faithful. And I honor that. Don't underestimate how heaven rewards hidden obedience. I see what others miss. I do not let pure hearts go unnoticed forever. That's why I whispered your name to someone whose hands can carry what your future needs. I didn't choose someone famous, I chose someone faithful. Someone who keeps their word. Someone not impressed by masks but moved by truth. And now, he's coming to you, soon. He doesn't know yet how much his obedience will bless your life, but he will. Because when he follows my voice, miracles happen on both sides. He's not your source, I am. But I've chosen him to unlock something. Don't fear the shift. Don't doubt the timing. Don't let your current surroundings deceive you. This is not your final scene. This is the part of the story where I flip the script, turn the page, send someone with what you lost, and give it back with interest. I'm not a halfway God, I complete what I start. I never forget a single seed you sowed in silence. Every time you gave when you didn't have, I saw. Every time you helped while hurting, I wrote it down. The enemy tried to convince you that goodness is a waste, that kindness is overlooked, that patience gets you nowhere. But now, I will show you how heaven works. Your goodness was not wasted. Your kindness was not missed. Your patience was the very tool I used to build your next chapter. This man I'm sending, he's going to offer a way out. Out of struggle, out of uncertainty, out of loneliness. Into a space where you are seen, valued, protected. But remember, it wasn't the act that brought the blessing. It was the heart behind it. That's why I'm moving you. Not because of what you did, but because of who you are when no one is watching. That's the version of you I'm proud of. That's the one the world needs to see. I'm not asking you to chase. I'm not asking you to force. I'm asking you to receive, to breathe, to believe this is real. Because it is. And let go of the lie that says you're too late. You're not late. You're right on time. It just took a while to prepare the right person to carry the next blessing. You don't need 10 doors, you need the right one. And I have made that ready. This man is not your rescue, I already rescued you. He's part of your reward. When he comes, treat him with the same grace you treated me with when I was silent. That's the beauty I see in you. Your quiet faith. Your unseen loyalty. Your unshaken love. That's why you're the one. There were others I could have chosen. But their hearts weren't ready. They wanted blessing without brokenness. Spotlight without sacrifice. But you walked through fire and still worshipped. You were forgotten and didn't grow bitter. That's what moved heaven. I had to wait for the perfect moment. And that moment is almost here. I'm not sending a hint, I'm sending help. And not small help, life-changing help. Because of what you did when it didn't make sense. Because of the way you loved while aching. You passed a test you didn't even know you were in. That's how deeply I trust you. So don't panic when your life begins to shift suddenly. It's not a mistake. It's not random. It's me. It's always been me. I know you're tired of starting over. I know you feel like you've lost time. But I can restore everything, even time, opportunities, people. That's who I am. And when I move, I don't ask permission. I open doors no one can shut. And this door will not shut. It will swing wide open. But I need you to walk through it. Don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let doubt steal what you prayed for. Don't let those who don't know your story have a say in your blessing. This is between you and me. And I will walk with you through every step. You won't be alone in this change. Even if the journey is new, my presence will feel familiar. I go before you. I surround you. I carry you. And this, child, is only the beginning. You're not only being relocated physically, but emotionally, spiritually, financially. That pressure on your chest, I'm lifting it. That ache, I'm healing it. That fear, I'm replacing it with clarity. You've waited long enough. You've wept long enough. You've wondered long enough. I'm not just giving you a new address, I'm giving you new peace, new laughter, new purpose. The old you can't survive in the new place, so I've been pruning you, not punishing, preparing. You're going to feel unfamiliar joy, and when you do, don't question it. You deserve to smile. You deserve to rest. You deserve to feel safe. This man will open the way, but I will fill the space. Don't worry how, just be ready. You'll know him not by what he wears, but what he carries: peace, honor, respect. He'll speak humbly. He'll offer something that feels too good to be true, but that's how I love, abundantly. I don't bless with crumbs. I bless with overflow. And this blessing will overflow into places you forgot, into prayers you buried, into rooms where your name has never been spoken. I will raise your name, not for pride but for purpose. You will reach people. You will inspire change. You will break generational pain. You will show others what happens when you keep your heart right, even when your life looks wrong. That is your true wealth, your heart, your choices, your character. And now, it's time to reap. You sowed in silence. You'll harvest in public, I promise. So keep your posture gentle. Keep your spirit open. Keep your eyes on me. The man I've chosen is not your destination. He's the vehicle I'm using to get you there. Don't idolize him. Don't fear him. Just honor the path I've set. And as you do, every step will feel lighter, every confusion will start making sense, every broken place will begin to feel whole. I told you, I don't start what I can't finish. And I'm finishing something big in your life. The delay wasn't denial, it was design. The silence wasn't rejection, it was redirection. And now, the time is right. That's why this message is reaching you. That's why your heart is beating differently right now. Because this isn't random, this is confirmation. This is your moment. Type 555 if you trust Jesus. And now, Lord, we ask for your guidance and blessings as we walk this path of love and revelation. As we await the alignment of hearts, give us patience, wisdom, and peace. May the unfolding of this divine story be profound and enduring. As we anticipate what lies ahead, cover us with your presence. Amen. Type 444 to claim this message and the blessings within. And now as the wind begins to shift and the air carries the scent of something sacred, you must know that this is not merely a season, this is a divine unveiling, a time when the layers fall off and what's been growing in silence begins to blossom in sight. You've cried for clarity, but I was planting confidence. You've longed for answers, but I was building capacity, because you didn't need quick solutions, you needed deep roots that could hold the weight of the rain, the weight of the recognition, the weight of the reward, because what's coming isn't just a moment, it's a movement through you, and you won't have to perform, you won't have to chase, you won't have to explain anything to anyone, you'll just have to walk in the room, and the shift will announce itself, not with noise but with authority, with presence, with peace that doesn't make sense to those who didn't see the cost of your consistency. I didn't choose the loud, I chose the loyal. I didn't elevate the visible, I chose the vessel. And that's what you are, a vessel of promise, a living sign that obedience still matters in a world that rewards shortcuts, a testimony that waiting isn't wasted, that private worship has public consequences, and while others were racing you were refining, while others were grasping you were growing. And I loved you for that. I watched as you walked through disappointment with dignity, as you faced delay with grace, and even though your knees buckled under pressure, your heart remained pointed toward heaven. And that's what moved me, not your perfection but your posture, not your strength but your surrender. I saw you kneel when others would have run, I saw you sow when others would have taken, and I honored that the way only I can, with strategy not spectacle, with glory not gimmicks. And I need you to prepare now, because what's about to open will not be temporary. This is not a season, this is a shift, this is not hype, this is holy alignment orchestrated by my hands, sealed by my timing, secured by your obedience. You've trusted me with your tears, now I'm trusting you with my treasures. I'm handing you something others asked for but couldn't carry because they wanted recognition, but you only wanted righteousness. And now I'm making good on every quiet yes, every invisible sacrifice, every sleepless night when you prayed for direction. I heard you, and though I didn't answer how you wanted, I answered in who you became. I let the fire shape you, I let the pain prepare you. Because your next chapter can't be written by someone who still carries the wounds of comparison and the scars of compromise. I had to heal that first. I had to deliver you from people pleasing, from performance, from pretending, and you let me purify your motives, you let me detox your desires. And now you're ready, not just for favor but for fulfillment. You're ready to handle what's heavy with humility, you're ready to lead without losing yourself, you're ready to rise without resenting the ones who left, because now you see they weren't your source. I always was. And when I close a door, I don't slam it in anger, I seal it in protection, because I know what you don't, I see what you can't. And I was always guiding you, even through confusion, even through heartbreak, even through silence. It wasn't punishment, it was positioning you to be seen the right way by the right eyes at the right time. And that time is near, you'll know, because peace will go before it, not panic. You'll know because it won't require you to shrink or shout. You won't have to prove yourself, you'll just have to be yourself, and that will be enough, because now you've become who I always knew you were. And that's why the blessing can come now, that's why the help can arrive, because you're no longer looking for validation, you're living from vision, not just any vision but mine. And my vision includes you flourishing, not striving, not scrambling but soaring, because you finally understand your worth isn't in what you do, it's in who you are. And who you are is mine, fully mine, completely held by grace, completely covered by mercy, and completely available for the miraculous. And yes, child, what I'm doing next will be miraculous. Doors will open you didn't knock on, names will be spoken in rooms you've never entered, support will arise from places you didn't expect, because heaven is backing you now, not just with words but with wonder, with movement, with manifestation. And I know you're wondering how it will happen, but don't get lost in logistics. Just lean into my leading, trust the timing, trust the turn, trust the tug you feel in your spirit, because that's me guiding you gently, steadily, lovingly into a space you've never known but one I prepared long ago. And it's safe, you'll feel seen, and not just seen, you'll feel celebrated, not for your achievements but for your authenticity, for your resilience, for your light. And those who once overlooked you will marvel, not at your glow but at your God, because this will be undeniably divine, undeniably me. No one will get the credit, no one will steal the glory, because what I'm doing next will be too perfect, too precise, too peaceful to be manufactured by man. And all I ask is that you stay open, stay yielded, stay anchored in truth, not trend, stay aligned with me, not applause, because as fast as things change you'll need my voice louder than ever, not because I'll confuse you but because I'll elevate you. And elevation without instruction can crush a person, but you won't be crushed, you'll be carried, because you've been faithful over little. Now I'm making you ruler over much, not to build ego but to build impact, not to inflate pride but to multiply purpose. And what's Coming next will require more from you, but it will also give more to you. You'll receive double for your delay, beauty for your ashes, joy for your mourning, but not all at once, not as a flood but as a steady flow, because I'm not just blessing you, I'm building you for legacy, not just for influence but for inheritance, because the seeds you've sown in prayer are about to become the fruit others eat from, and when they ask how you got here, you'll say, I trusted. I believed, I waited, and he came through. Not in pieces but in fullness, not late but right on time, and now I'm walking into rooms I once cried outside of, now I'm standing in peace I didn't think I'd ever feel, now I'm living a life I used to only pray for, and all I had to do was not give up, and now I see why the enemy fought me so hard. He knew what was coming but he couldn't stop it, and now that it's here I will not shrink, I will not apologize, I will not let fear whisper lies into what faith has built. I will rise, I will walk, I will receive, because this is mine, not by works but by grace, not by striving but by surrender, and now that it's my time I will step boldly, not with pride but with praise, because I remember what it felt like to be forgotten, and I never want to forget how faithful my God is, not just to do but to finish, and he is finishing something in me now, and I can feel it, not in noise but in knowing, not in chaos but in clarity, and now I'm ready for whatever he has next, because I know who walks with me.